Hey guys, and welcome back to Market Monday with me, Kirsten Michelle Gloss. This is my first post in July. Well, I mean, we're only on the 2nd, but I missed the past 2 weeks. I'm going to change things up a little bit for you guys. I hope wherever you are cool, staying cool, because it is way too hot. It is hell in Jersey, and we have way too many sinners, so it's way too hot. But another important thing for you guys, just if you have animals, I am a big animal lover, so try to keep them inside, keep them off the hot pavement. I'm babysitting my brother's dog, and I won't even let him go out on the pavement. Only backyard. You can live with it for a week, but it is way too hot for them. So now jump right into the market for this week. So in June, we sold a total of 64 houses, a little bit under last year. The market is changing a little bit. We had some things going on in the middle, so that kind of explained those numbers. The market is still a seller's market for the most part. There are a lot of listings in Bridgewater, but things are also selling very quickly. They're picking up, so we can expect that. Like I said, 64 homes sold, 78 new listings, and 181 current active listings. That's a little bit different from the last time, but fairly close. It was only 191 last time I broadcasted, so we're about in the same numbers. Average days on market is 37. That went down about 10 notches, which is great because that means things are selling quickly. That also means it's a little bit tougher for buyers because things are getting off of the market very quickly, so you have to move quickly. Average sales price is $498,000, almost $500,000. That's pretty close to what it was last time I was on here. And average list price actually went down quite a lot. It was at about $560,000 at the beginning of June. Now at the beginning of July, it's at $503,000. So a lot more smaller properties might be going on the market, things like that. That's always a very interchangeable number, so that's nothing to be worried about. The market is still hot. If you're looking to buy, there's a lot on the market, but like I said, you have to move quickly. So this week I decided to do something a little bit different. Usually I show you houses that are on the market, and that's wonderful. However, everybody's not looking in Bridgewater, so this week I decided to give you a little bit of education instead. So I have this infographic here for you, the home buying process. Now I'm not going to give you too much detail, but just to give you an idea of what you're looking to get into, if you're going to buy a house, this is what is going to happen. For me, the absolute most important things are the first 2 steps, which is getting pre-approved. Then you know how much you can afford, what you can look at, and where you're actually going to be able to move to. That will also narrow down your towns a lot too. You might have your eye on a town and find out you can be somewhere better, or maybe you can't even afford to be there. You have to know how much you can afford before moving forward. And the second part of this that's most important to me is sitting down with your real estate agent. I know a lot of people that just jump into buying houses. They say, okay, I want 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom in this town, and they go out. They never talk about it. There's no expectation with their realtor. You don't know what's gonna happen. You need to sit down. What I do with all of my clients is I sit down with them. I go through every detail from what type of heating they want, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, where they prefer to be, and I make sure that they have very clear expectations of what's going to happen, because there's nothing worse than being disappointed when you're trying to buy a house or sell a house. I mean, it's the biggest transaction that you're going to have in your life. So to me, those are the 2 most important steps. Next would be your search for homes. Now this is something that's online and in person. I mean, everybody uses the internet now these days to find houses, Zillow, Trulia, but it also means relying on your realtor to send you listings that are in the area that should fit what you are looking for. Going out and seeing homes, I don't know how it is with other realtors, but I gotta say with me, it's pretty fun, and I could give you some good references on that. It should be a great experience in total, so always make it fun. Next is making an offer. This is where that pre-approval really comes in handy and is important, because if you submit an offer and there's another person that's submitting an offer and they're pre-approved and you're not, that other offer is almost always gonna get taken because they are sure that they can afford the house and that the transaction can go through. So that's where that really comes in handy. But your realtor would always type up a contract or write up a contract for you with signatures. They should explain everything to you, which maybe I'll break down on another video just to show you what a contract looks like, because it's kind of like terms and conditions. Nobody actually sits there and reads it, but it has very important information. Next is negotiation and contract, which I covered. And then it has in escrow. Over here near us, we call it under contract. That's when you're in a legally binding contract with the seller that says that you have to state the house unless some things arrive or some problems arise, which gets handled at the time, but you are officially under contract and you have a closing date or a tentative closing date. and then the final details. Also, while you're in escrow is when a lot of the big things happen. An appraisal to make sure if you're getting a mortgage that the house is worth what they are willing to give you the money for. Inspections to make sure the house is sound and safe and has everything up to date that you need to so that it's not dangerous, and a few other things. And that's also a very important time, but nowhere near as important as getting pre-approved. And then your final details, finishing all your final paperwork, getting your certificate of occupancy from the town, all things that your realtor or myself would help you with getting through. And then finally, the closing. This is gonna sound funny, but everybody thinks a closing is some huge event. It's literally just a bunch of people sitting in an office signing some paperwork. So it probably takes about an hour. So it's a small amount of time, but it would be the most rewarding part of your life. Closing on a house is absolutely an amazing, euphoric feeling. So I can guarantee you that having these steps will help you. And also, one other thing that I wanted to do and to bring into this video was a little bit of my personality and who I am, so you can get to meet me and know who I am. So, yo también tengo la información en español. Si alguien está buscando una casa o necesita ayuda vendiendo una casa o algo así, siempre me puede contactar. Yo también hablo español y también le puede mandar esa información si quiere. So next is the World Cup, which you can see. Besides me speaking Spanish, I'm repping my team Colombia. We play tomorrow. I know that a lot of people are getting into it, so I wanted to just bring it up. I know it doesn't have to do with real estate, but it is the hottest thing right now. Colombia, we play England tomorrow. Gavin, we are coming for you, and we are going to beat you. It's going to be great, and I'll still love you at the end. And I wanted to show you guys this quick picture. I always talk about the Patriots game. I did go with my family, like I told you guys on my last video. So I wanted to just show you a picture of how awesome it was. We sat literally behind home plate, and it was a great time, and the tickets were only $12, so you really can't beat it. If you're looking for something fun and local to do, Patriots is definitely one of those things. And last but not least, happy 4th of July. Kind of just a reason for everybody to take off of work, but be safe, have a lot of fun. Sunscreen, I think it actually might rain. Let's hope it doesn't, but have a lot of fun, be safe, enjoy it with your families. And have fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed my broadcast this week. As always, here's my contact information. If you need anything, always contact me, call, email, text, whatever works for you. And follow me on social media. I know I didn't include any of the houses today, but I definitely post those on my social media, especially my Instagram, as much as possible. So follow me on there. And I will see you guys next week. Stay cool and have a great week.